Wait, I don't know where to change the slides.
Huh?
I don't know where to change the slides. Oh wait, I don't know. I think it stays up there for a bit.
Okay. Tēnā koutou katoa, no mai, haere mai, and welcome to the Howick College Sports Awards for 2022. For those of you who don't know who we are, I am Henry Lee and this is Georgia Barnett. And we have had the pleasure of being the Sports Council leaders this year. First of all, in the case of an emergency, please exit out that door and meet us in the car park. We would like to say a massive thank you to all of the sports department, Adelita, Tanya and Jacob. Your support of all of the students during this year has been amazing.
Sport at Howick College this year has been another success, with many teams not only being successful on the field, but also achieving their goals off of it. A major highlight was having 11 students who represented New Zealand this year. We are very fortunate to have such talented athletes at Howick College. To kick off the evening, we will now hand over to our Director of Sport, Adelita Satutu.
Good evening, Nisambula, Kia orana, Malolele, Talofalava, how's it? Namaste, tēnā koutou katoa. How good is it to be here celebrating our young people and community with our young people running the event. I'm not going to talk very long, but just want to say a big thank you to all our Year 13s for choosing to represent your school and wish you all the best. A massive thank you to all our student coaches and officials. You are busy young people, but are always there to lend a hand. And to all our students who have chosen to wear the red and represent. I love watching you, all of you, loud and proud. Our community is a special one, with many of you at the end of a phone or email ready to jump and leap into action, coaching, managing, umpiring, cooking, driving and even hanging up netball dresses. Nothing is too small or too big for you. Also in our community are physios, Colin and Tracy, who have worked hard to support our young people. A thank you to the staff that have contributed to sport in many ways. Andrew Harmon on the camera, Ro and her grounds team, the office staff, Carol, Kathy, Karen, Tracy, Michelle, Vanessa, Jenna and Sam and Sinette. Also our staff who coach and manage. If you look in our booklet, you will see the businesses and foundations that have supported sport this year. Please show your appreciation for them. We have hundreds of you that proudly choose to get out there to compete, to represent, to learn, to lose, to win, and most of all, belong. I personally thank you for choosing to jump on our waka and paddle with us. I love my job and I'm very proud to be on the waka with you. From here, I am going to introduce our special guest, Ravinda. If you'd like to come forward, please. Ravinda is actually a mum here at Howick College, thank goodness. She's got an awesome little girl in Year 9 and she is a Sky Sports reporter.
Hello, is it on? Right.
Welcome and thank you for helping us this evening, and we'd love to hear some of your experiences. I
don't know.
I can't read my writing. How many sports do you participate, or how did you get into this space?
So I'm a producer, reporter, presenter, broadcaster for Sky Sport New Zealand, and I cover mixed martial arts, the UFC, and predominantly netball, MMA and netball, but I also look at the league, dabble a little bit with the rugby, and the basketball. We all have to kind of do that. But I got into this profession just through loving sport. I was a case manager at Work and Income, Ministry of Social Development, working with people and helping them with their finances, helping my community. I grew up in Mangere in South Auckland, and I always wanted to help people and help them, do great things with their lives and succeed and be their best. And as I went through that job for a little while, I kind of thought, well, I do love to deal with people, but my true passion was sport. I was playing netball. I've been boxing for a few years, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, wrestling. So I wanted to do something around that space that, wasn't coaching. Love our coaches though. So an opportunity came for me to get a job at Māori Television, Whakaata Māori now, as a librarian. And I got a job there as a tape librarian back in the day, before memory and hard drives. Everything went onto tape. So everything that went onto a tape, I had to watch every single game, athlete, test series, whatever, and type down every little thing that happened on that tape so that when people were looking for vision in the archives, they could just put it into a computer, type up the keywords, and there it was for them. So that was my job, and essentially all that vision was used to help reporters put stories to air for the news. And as time went on, I wanted to write my own stories, tell my own stories in sport, and stalked a few people for a few years, and here we are.
Who's the biggest person you've interviewed?
Ooh. Dan Carter's up there, Richie McCaw. A lot of fighters. I don't know if many people know many of the big name fighters in here, but I've spoken to a lot of UFC champions, which has been really cool. Our Silver Ferns, they're always great to talk to as well. I loved that I got to talk to the likes of those that were retiring, Casey Korpua, Maria Falau. They were always great in front of the cameras. But in terms of boxing, the female boxers, I'm really biased because I love my boxing. So Clarissa Shields, she just had a fight not too long ago. They call her the GOAT. Katie Taylor, she's the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. But I'm a bit of a nerd, so it's not the big names that excite me, it's the people.
Tell us where you're off to on Monday.
I am off to New York on Monday. So if you watch Sky Sport, you know that we broadcast the UFC. So Israel Adesanya, Dan Hooker, Brad Riddell, Carlos Ulberg are all fighting next weekend in New York. So we're off to Madison Square Garden to go and stalk them in New York City.
How cool. Yeah. Mum is Māori, Dad is Indian. How was that growing up? And Diwali week?
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting, because I'm an 80s baby, which is a very long time ago, and times were very, very different, not as diverse as they are now. You look across this room right now, you see so many different Pacific nations, Indian, European, Māori and all that sort of thing. Back then it wasn't quite the case, and my mum is from the Bay of Plenty in a place called Te Pukem, which was all Māori and European people. My dad came over from India. He actually ran away to avoid an arranged marriage, funny, and got a job in Tauranga. And the place to be was in Te Puke. After work, you go down into Te Puke, have some after work drinks, and that's where they met each other. But as the times were back then, my mum's family wasn't accepting of him, and my dad's family was not accepting of my mum. So they ran away, came to Auckland, and here we are. So me and two sisters. But no, very interesting culturally. My mum's family and their culture obviously are a bit more outgoing and vocal, and mana wahine in our Māori culture, our women have very strong voices and opinions, and whereas on my dad's side it was a lot more quiet and reserved and things like that. So finding a balance was a bit tricky, and even when I came into this profession with sport, my dad was like, I don't know about that. I don't know if you should be talking sport and things like that, but we find a healthy balance, and it was really interesting.
Well, thank you for coming tonight, and we look forward to you presenting some awards later.
You're welcome, and good luck to everybody.
Stole our show. We have some very special guests tonight, all of whom are former students that have been involved with sport whilst at Howick College, as well as after they have left. Throughout the evening, we will be asking questions about their life after Howick College and some of their sporting experiences over the past couple of years.
One of our special guests is Amelia Walmsley. Amelia is a fully contracted player in the ANZ Netball Premiership for being a part of the Wellington-based Central Pulse. Amelia was a student leader at school last year and was a key member of our Premier Netball team.
Our next special guest is Joshua Wilmer, and for those of you who don't know about his year so far, he was selected to compete in the World Youth Championships in Madeira, where he came 6th. He then went on to the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, where he won a gold medal in the SB8 100-metre breaststroke.
Also, we have Shantae Cameron. Shantae is a past student who has been a part of our Premier Netball team. She's also heavily involved at our local netball centre, Howick Pakuranga, and is also a business owner.
We would now like to invite Amelia Walmsley to the stage to share her experiences and her career pathway with us.
Nice, Henry.
All right, so talk to us about your netball journey, Amelia. What was it about netball that attracted you to the sport?
There probably wasn't one thing that actually attracted me to the sport, to be honest. Is this on? Yeah, I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Sorry, okay. There wasn't one thing that attracted me to the sport, to be honest. I don't actually know why I enjoy it so much. When I was 5, my parents sent me to gymnastics because, I'm quite tall, and so they wanted me to stand up straight with shoulders back kind of thing. And so after one of my gymnastics trainings one time, there was like a netball Future Ferns on afterwards, and I saw it and I was quite interested, and I kind of went home and said, Mum and Dad, can I do this? And so I went, and then, that's kind of the first thing that interested me.
As well as playing for Howick College, how did you get to the ANZ Premiership?
I think school sport is really important. I always really enjoyed school sport, but I probably didn't really understand the importance of it until probably year 12 or year 13. I think there's a 5-year span where you have a lot of time to develop your game as a person and as a player. And so school sport is really important because it not only gives you the opportunity to develop, but it also gives you a lot of exposure that you probably don't really understand. One of the ladies who offered me my first contract said that she had watched me throughout school sport, and obviously I had no idea. I think it's really important to remember that you're always being watched in school, and school sport may be sometimes overlooked, but it's really important to make sure that you utilise the 5 years while you're here to develop your game and also for the exposure. But other than school sport, Adelita came to me in year 13 and said that there's a trial for the Comets, who at the time I had no idea who they were. But I went along anyways, and turns out it was the feeder team to the Stars, which is another team that is in the ANZ Premiership. So I trialled for that, somehow got in, and then I did that last year, and through that it's televised, and so the tactics coach saw me and called me up one night actually as I was about to enter a party and said, hey, our main shooter is injured and we need somebody to catch a flight tomorrow 6 a.m. And so I put the alcohol back in the car and I went. I caught the flight the next morning, played for the tactics, basically 2 days later, and that's kind of how it started. So it's the trials for random teams, reps, school,
So you played for the Central Pulse in Wellington. Was it an easy decision to leave home and your family?
I think leaving your family, your friends, partner, whatever, where you've lived your whole life is quite hard. I think it probably wouldn't have been as hard. I was offered contracts to stay in Auckland as well, and so if I wasn't offered those, I think it would have been a lot easier as the only contract being offered. But having the opportunity to stay in Auckland as well definitely made it quite hard. But when I kind of did the pros and cons list on where I wanted to go, it kind of worked out that the best opportunity for me at the time and for the time now is to be in Wellington at the Pulse. So you kind of have to make those sacrifices to start off your career, I guess. And so it was hard, but it's worth it.
You're a former student of Howick College. What advice would you give students who want to play netball or sport at the highest level?
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I didn't like English in school, and I'm not like a quotey person. I don't want to be one of those people sitting here being like, okay, here's my quote, and like remember this for the rest of your life. You're going to forget it in 10 seconds. But one of the things that has always stuck with me is that a quote. It's a quote, and it's not about how far you've come, but it's about how far you've got to go. And so to me, that kind of means, you know, like celebrate the little wins, a PB in your Bronco or whatever that you're doing in school trainings. It could be a trial that you've gone to, you may not have made the team, but it's still a step further. So focus, like, celebrate the little wins, but also think about the bigger picture, like all of the trainings that you're doing in school. It's a hot day. You don't want to go to training after school sometimes, right? But you do go, and at the end of the day, it all adds up to the bigger picture. So yeah, it's not about as far as you come, but it's about how far you've got to go.
Sweet. Thank you so much, Amelia.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Jordan.
For the awards here tonight, please save your applause until all recipients' names have been read out. If you receive an award, please walk on the left side of the stage and then walk off the right side around the back and take your photo outside. So, the 2022 season could not have happened without our coaches and managers. All of the teams here at Howick College appreciate all of your time and effort, as well as the support and expertise you offered the team. Please stand when your name is called out.
Rugby First 15, Erin Johnston, Coach Rob R. Chong, and Manager James Kumati. Rugby Girls 10s, Coach Waisaki Satutu, Manager Adelita Satutu. Underwater Hockey, Coach Joel Samuels, Logan Stevenson, Sam Marshall, and Rachel Jeffs. Water Polo, Coach Charlene Bingham, and Manager also Charlene Bingham. Volleyball Girls, Coach is Tico Coronasi, and Nicole Wade is the Manager. Basketball Coach Jun Gumiao and Tamata Toki, Manager Emma Jones. Cricket Boys, Jack Basson, Coach Mark Blythe, Coach, and Manager is Bryce Wessels. Football Boys, Coach Horace James, Manager Nigel Smith. Football Girls, Coach Brendan White, Coach Kirk Davis, and Manager Charlene Bingham. Hockey Girls, Coach Renee Bryant, and the Manager is Lizzle Van Zyl. Rowing Coach is Jason Paris Oswald, Coach Travis Hines, Sam Osborne, Krish Patel, and Callum Howard. Hockey Boys, Sophie Richards, Pete Richards, and the Manager is Jolene McCullum. And Netball Coach is Adelita Satutu, and the Manager is Amy Duplessis. I think that's it. I hope. Huh? Is it me now? Leading on from the coaches and the managers, the Premier teams this year have been led by an awesome group of young captains. All of these students have shown excellent leadership skills on and off the field. They have thoroughly demonstrated Howick College values, and we are all very proud of the way you have led your Premier teams in 2022. Can we please have Joshua Wilmer come up to present these awards? We will call the captains up in groups. Just go on the other side. Yeah, just go around there like Tiana.
Can you do that?
Yep. I don't even know how to do it.
Okay. For basketball, Kane Bethune and Maui Jones. Cricket boys, Kane Bethune. Football boys, Henry Lee. Football girls, Sophia Garifalakis. Hockey boys, Matthew Hayward. Hockey girls, Holly Nelson and Anya Wellington. Netball, Brooklyn Murray. there another row? No, okay. We would now like to recognise a large group of students with Premier badges. These students have played and represented their specific Premier teams consistently over a number of seasons. As we call your name, please come up to receive your badge. Basketball, Logan Henry, Mason Hood, Henry Lee, Jaden Naidu, William Watane. Cricket boys, Ethan Blythe, Sean Edwards, Conrad Ford. Football girls, Layla Alsabak, Millie Belcher, Bella Loney, Brooke Petty, Olivia Taylor, Poppy Van Rensbergen, Sophie White. Oh, I missed half the captains. Oops, this one. No. Okay. Our next group. Football boys, Mitchell Carr, Will South, Chris Henty, Archie Hutchinson, Cormac Simpson, Isaac Smith, Ty Smith. Hockey girls, Amber Tinning, Lauren Tinning, Shay Van Zyl. Hockey boys, Henry Cavalier, Bailey Fountain, Kieran Gorn, Caleb Hattie Ross, Jake Kirby, Juntaro Mayata, and Scott Thomas. Wait there. Wait there. They're supposed to wait. No, there's another lot. There's another bit. We're going to have to do another 2 groups. Okay.
You good?
Okay, yep. Hey. Netball, Lily Tokaduadua, Alexandra Tunufai. Rugby First 15, Cruz Overend, Tomo Clark, BJ Sakalia, Jack Johnson. Rugby Girls 10s, Alexandra Tunufai, Serena Masaga, Narkisha Somfan, Bailey Williams, Sina Marina, Tina Fale, Kiana Farani, Fionn Penny. And then I still have to do that as well.
Okay, and then I'll do this.
Yeah.
Why do you?
Because you're an MVP. Our last group of Premier badges. For squash, Hayden Corbett, Andrew Kennedy, Jack Taylor, Zachary White. Volleyball girls, Hayley Patama. Underwater hockey, Phoebe Arter, Juliet Kerwood, Isabella Hahn, Alicia Jeffs, Henry Lang, Molly McHale, Brianna McIntosh, Kendra Scully. Water polo, Jake Kirby, Daniel Gleaney, Jessie Baker, and Grace Dawson. Look at them go. To recognise the most valuable players in each Premier team, the coaches and managers have chosen 1 or 2 players that have demonstrated their talent, hard work and leadership on and off the field, as well as outstanding levels of performance during the season. Can we please have Joshua Wilmer to present these awards? As I call up your name, please come up on stage. Basketball, Kane Bethune and Maui Jones. Cricket boys, Kane Bethune. Football boys, Henry Lee and Milan Kennedy. Football girls, Olivia Taylor. Hockey boys, Daniel Masson. Hockey girls, Phoebe Arter. Netball, Lily Tokaduadua. Rowing, Ava Kinnan. Rugby First 15, Kane Bethune. Rugby Girls 10s, Serena Masaga. Squash, Zach White. Underwater hockey, Molly McHale. Volleyball girls, Lily Tokaduadua. Water polo, Matt Ellis. Henry, come.
That one. We have some very special athletes at our school, and this year there have been so many students who have been selected as New Zealand representatives. The time and effort you have put into your chosen sport is second to none, and everyone here at Howick College is proud of you and your achievements. When your name is called, please come up to the stage. Riley Campbell, New Zealand Secondary Schools Netball. Lucy Davis, New Zealand Scootering. Joseph Hill, New Zealand Under-16 Softball Team. Brooklyn Murray, New Zealand Secondary Schools Netball. Katie Oliver, New Zealand Under-15 Tennis. Fionn Penny, New Zealand Touch Under-16. Tiana Thompson, New Zealand Club Under-18 Rugby League. Lily Tokaduadua, New Zealand Secondary Schools Netball. Hendrix Tusa, in New Zealand Touch Under-16. Lucy Unkovich-Smith, New Zealand Trampolining. And Joshua Wilmer, New Zealand Swimming Commonwealth Games Team.
You need to say that. Say
No,
that one.
it's Mr. Thomas.
Oh, okay.
He's coming up to the Oi. Can we please invite Mr. Thomas? All sport would not be able to happen without some very special students and adults who have given up their time to give back to the sport that they love. Whether it be coaching, managing, refereeing, taking training sessions, or just giving it their all on and off the field. We would like to congratulate you all for all that you do for Howick College.
Can we please have Mrs. Adelita Satutu come and announce these awards?
I don't know, it's not working. But that's the adults. And then
Ask the tech,
yeah.
Service to Sport Adult. Supported and represented Howick College, actively coached a team or a code, contributed to the development of sport at Howick College. This year, we haven't picked one recipient, we've picked 4. They've given many years of service, and we decided that we would recognise all 4 of them. So, if Steve Diamond is here, his service is to girls football. Jeremy Wing, service to squash. Ben Oi, service to judo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And Jolie McCullum, service to hockey.
Yes, sir.
We decided to do the same for our students because we have amazing young people, like we've spoken already, that contribute to the sport in our school. So as I say your name, Please see Mr Thomas and stand on the stage. Georgia Barnett, service to Sports Council and netball. Kane Bethune, service to basketball, cricket and rugby. Hayden Corbett, service to squash. Sophia Garofalakis, service to football. Henry Lee, service to Sports Council, football, basketball. Shayla Mae Jackson, service to netball and rugby. Jaden Naidu, service to basketball and it should say volleyball. Zach White, service to squash. These young people not only played but coached or umpired, jumped off a field, jumped into a basketball court and supported our younger people in the school. Give them a massive round of applause.
Our next award acknowledges a vital part of our sporting community. Without the support of families, students, staff, teams would not be where they are. We would like to congratulate and thank everyone who has supported our Howick College team this year. Could we please have Mr Bannister up to the stage to present these awards? This year we have 3 supporters of the year. These award winners have supported Howick College throughout the year, whether it was at games or at training. Without the support of these 3 people, some teams would not have succeeded as much as they did. Your 2022 Supporters of the Year winners are Sam Worthington, Nicole Wade and Charlene Bingham.
This next award recognises a student who has overcome significant hardship in their life, yet has not let it stop them from achieving highly in sport. The recipient of this award is Kendra Scully. Kendra has shown immense amounts of resilience and commitment, allowing them to continue to pursue their chosen sport. The past 3 months turned Kendra's world upside down with the sudden shock news that her mum is battling the fight of her life with an aggressive cancer. Kendra suddenly had to adjust to not having her usual family support unit for training, games, work, school and tournaments. Kendra has worked hard to not miss training, games, school and work. She continues to be there for her team, family, friends, while always wearing a smile and remaining a positive influence to be around. Even on her toughest days as well. She has had the option to use derived grades for NCA, but chose to sit all of her exams externally. She has shown remarkable resilience through the saddest, trying time of her life. Your 2022 Modi to Modi Order Award goes to Kendra Scully.
Officials are an incredibly important part of sport. At Howick College, we are very blessed to have an amazing group of people who volunteer their time to ensure that everyone has an opportunity to play sport. Our officials often go the extra mile to better themselves and their skills to ensure they are the best they can be, and for that, the sporting community is very thankful. Could we please have Shantae Cameron to come up and present these awards? This year, we have 3 winners who have all put in lots of effort to make sure games go ahead. Our 2022 Officials of the Year are Amelia Carr, Catherine Simpson, and Caitlin Wade.
Can you fix that and put that in the last one? If we could please have Shantae Cameron up onto the stage to also talk to us about her wonderful sporting achievements and experiences. Shantae, you're currently the head coach of Putakā Coast Netball Prem team, but you also have a very interesting journey through South America. Can you tell us about that?
Yep, so I have had the privilege of coaching Putakā Coast Prem team, which was a lot of fun considering I had some beautiful women that are twice my age and quite stubborn, so that was quite a learning curve. But I learnt more from them than they probably realised, so on that coaching part, I'm really grateful to have had that opportunity. Argentina, so in my last year of high school, I was lucky enough to go to Argentina on a Rotary Youth Exchange, and this is probably quite foreign to a lot of you considering COVID stopped all of this happening. So I got in there just in time. What was the question again? Yeah, I'd say it was probably the most challenging experience I've ever had, and I would probably give credit to the skills and challenges that I had in netball that helped me get through. It's not easy going to a country where you don't speak the same language and you have to make friends. Nobody has to be your friend. Nobody has to talk to you. They don't even have to feed you if they don't want to. So I think, the skills that I learned from netball specifically, interpersonal skills, being committed, available, accountable for even the relationships that you have, were probably what helped me the most through that.
Where did your passion for coaching netball come from?
Well, I was a passionate player, but I injured myself in year 12. I did my ACL just before Eunice, actually, which was pretty sad. And so I think that was the start of when I realised maybe I should take a new route. And the people who had inspired me in my life prior to that had been coaches. They're mentors, they are supporters, they are people who, keep you motivated even when you don't feel like it. I think there was something I heard or read, I can't remember where, but it reminded me of this, of my coaches really, was that motivation is fleeting. It goes away, and you can be motivated for a short period of time, but it's the people who inspire you and the things that inspire you that keep you going. So I guess I felt like I really wanted to give back to the sport that inspired me, because it's not just sport, it's life.
What was the biggest obstacle you had to overcome in sports since you've left college?
Biggest obstacle that I've had to overcome in sport since I've left? Probably being young and wanting to be a coach. So being an ambitious coach, trying to take on, I guess, more competitive teams when potentially my experience compared to others isn't as strong. That was probably the biggest hurdle. Being young and wanting to be a competitive coach.
We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule
Thanks.
to talk to us. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Now on to our junior and senior team of the year. Our school was incredibly successful in a range of sporting codes. This year was extremely successful with many of those teams making school history. We had great successes on the field, on the court, and in the pool from both senior and junior teams. Amelia Walmsley, could you please come up and present these awards? So, our junior team of the year is the junior underwater hockey team. Yeah. Which consisted of Jessica Bell, Peter Duploy, Daniel Gleaney, Ben Hugh, Evie Holloman, Blake Ingram, Matilda Lang, Luke Marshall, Isabella Priesig, Kira York, Hannah Kerwood, Rebecca Dean, Melissa Marshall, and Craig Marshall. Okay. This team placed first at the Auckland competition, first at the regional competition qualifying for nationals, as well as fifth place at nationals. Can we please have a round of applause for our junior team of the year?
What is it? Where is it? Oh, our next award. Our senior team of the year is our Premier Netball team. I apologise if I pronounce any of these names incorrectly. Brooklyn Murray, Lily Tokadordor, Iseta Wangaida, Alexandra Tunafai, Hannah Satutu, T-Max Jones, Abby Reynolds, Crystal Taufui, Ava Seeler, Riley Campbell, Charlamagne Jackson, Georgia Barnett, Amy Duplessis, Adelita Satutu, Junior Manapori, Tracy Carville, and Leah Purcell. This team came third at the Auckland competition, second at the Upper North Island Secondary Schools, and fourth at New Zealand Secondary Schools Nationals. Please give it up for your two teams of the year. Could we please have Mrs. Jones up to present the next award, please? If she's around. Our next award recognises an incredibly important role in sport, our coaches. Coaches help to create players and build teams, leading to the overall success of a team. Our nominees for Coach of the Year are Waisaki Satutu, Horace James, Lata Davison, Rebecca Dean, and Hannah Kerwood. Our 2022 Coach of the Year award goes to Rebecca Dean and Hannah Kerwood. Oh, yeah. Sorry. That's awkward. In 2022, teams would not be able to run as smoothly as they did without the managers of each and every one of our teams. By supporting us from the sidelines through emails and meetings, these members of the team are very much appreciated. Our two winners for the 2022 Howick College Manager of the Year are Nigel Smith and Lisa Ransom. That's you. But just wait. Nigel. Nigel. Yeah, Nigel.
Lisa. At Howick College, we are strong believers in the importance of values. This award is presented to a student who embodies the key values of our school, both on and off the field. They display the 4 C's of commitment, curiosity, courage, and courtesy consistently throughout all codes. Mrs. Jones, could you please present this award? The winner of our Values Award is Caitlin Bingham. Caitlin has been a member of the Howick College Girls First 11 football team for 4 years. She's a co-captain of the senior water polo team and coaches the junior water polo team. Caitlin always puts 100% effort in and is committed to all trainings and games. She's a valuable leader who is courteous and supportive of her teammates. Caitlin displays the Howick College values consistently, making her a worthy recipient of this award.
The All-Rounder Award recognises a student who displays excellence in a variety of sporting codes, whilst also helping other teams by being an official or coach. This athlete shows a wide range of skills and represents Howick College at the highest level. The nominees for this award are Alexandra Turnafai, Kane Bethune, Trent McVeigh, and Ava Seeler. And the winner is Kane Bethune. I'll present it. Yeah, you can go now. You can go. For our final guest interview, we would like Joshua Wilmer to join us on stage, please.
Okay. First of all, congratulations on your achievement so far. So you started swimming at 10 years old. Was that competitively straight away, or how old were you when you started competitively?
I think I was like 11 when I started like racing competitively. I don't really remember like when I actually started racing, but yeah, I mean, I basically just started taking off like literally 3 years ago, like with racing. Like before I was just a little kid just doing it for fun, but now it's just gotten bigger, I guess.
What club was this at and what made you love the sport so much?
What club?
What swimming club?
Oh, so I started off at Papakura Swimming Club, if you know what that is. No, I think I love it just because, like, there's just something about just going to all these trainings and just, like, working my ass off to, like, get to where I am today. It brings so much more joy than you would, like, being lower down in sport, and especially achieving on such a high level is just such a massive impact on me and all the others.
Who are your role models and who do you look up to?
I would have to actually say I don't really look up to anyone, but I don't know, I never really got inspired by anyone, really. Like, I know it's weird, but like, I just don't really get inspired that much by anyone, just myself, yeah. Yeah.
How much time do you like spend in the pool? Like, how many hours do you train a week?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to add this up right now. Oh.
Give us a brief.
Alright, so we got Monday morning. Yeah, Monday.
How long on Monday?
Oh, like 2 hours on Monday morning, then 2 hours Monday night, 2 hours Tuesday morning. No training Tuesday afternoon, which is good. And then Wednesday is probably my biggest day, which was today. I go over to the shore and train over there at AUT. And that's like 3 hours in the water. Yeah. Then Thursday morning, Thursday night, and then Friday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning. Yeah.
Which of the... Oh, yeah, go on.
Oh.
Which of the school values has had the greatest influence on you and your life to date?
What is good?
Courtesy, commitment, curiosity, and courage.
It's been a while since I've been here. So what one?
Talk about courage.
Courage. I guess, like, going overseas, especially, like, from the start of this year and going to like 3 different countries in like the span of 4 months was, I don't know, it was like pretty tough, I guess. So I had to like be courageous and be, I don't know. You lost me. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming along tonight and sharing your amazing experiences of life.
Ravinda, could you please come up and present this next award? So the next set of awards recognises individual athletes that have achieved excellence at an extremely high level. These athletes have represented themselves in Howick College regionally or nationally. For junior sportswomen, the nominees for Junior Sportswoman of the Year are Fionn Penny, Lucy Unkovich-Smith and Ava Seeler. And the winner is Lucy Unkovich-Smith. She's there. She's not. Oh, she's there. There's a little blurb about her in your booklet as well, if you look. Mm-hmm.
Which one is it? The nominees for Junior Sportsman of the Year are Hendrix Tusa, Joseph Hill, and Jaden Gauls. And the winner is Joseph Hill. Please tell me he's here. All right. Congratulations to our Junior Sportswomen and Sportsmen of the Year. We will now move on to the Senior Sportsmen and Women of the Year. Could Mr. Thomas please come up onto the stage to present the awards? The nominees for the Sportswomen of the Year are Mackenzie Keating, Katie Oliver, and Lucy Davis. And the winner is Lucy Davis. You're after this one. Not none of it. The nominees for Senior Sportsman of the Year are Conrad Hines, Ian Toika, Demetrius Kilisamasi, and Joshua Wilmer. And the winner is Ian Toika. I saw him. Is he here? Is he here? I swear I saw him. Oh, is he getting in? Oh, yeah.
It's a pity the slideshow has failed. Please make sure that you read the books. We put every little detail of these amazing athletes in the book, and our officials, and our, not our coaches, officials and supporters, and the blurbs that you've heard tonight. You can tell that we've got an amazing group of people in the room. Take the time to read it and see how amazing they are. They get to travel around the world. How lucky are you, Joshua? Ravinda, can you present this one? So as we know, on Monday at the Senior Honours, I got the pleasure to announce our Sportsperson of the Year, Joshua Wilmer. So Joshua, you can go and get your shield, and I'm going to read it again. I'm going to read again what I read on Monday night. At 15, he broke his first New Zealand record, 200-metre SB8 breaststroke. Josh holds current age group and New Zealand Open records in 50 metres, 100 metres, 200 metres SB8 breaststroke. This year, he represented New Zealand at the 2022 Para Swimming World Championships in Madeira, which he placed 6th in the world for 100 metres SB8 breaststroke. Shortly afterwards, he competed at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, in which he won the gold. In February 2023, Josh will be travelling to Melbourne to compete in the 2023 Power World Championship Series. For representing New Zealand on the world stage and reaching the pinnacle of New Zealand swimming, Josh has been presented with his aqua black number 275. Josh has always demonstrated consideration and excellence in sportsmanship, and I'm sure he is going to inspire someone. Give him a round of applause. So at this moment, before our young little superstars here finish the evening, I've got a few little thank yous. So you need to go and get the flowers. I just want to thank Amelia and Shantae and Josh and Ravinda for coming out this evening and spending time with us and sharing your stories, giving us your honest opinions, which is always good, and showing what sport can do. Sport hasn't always been a player, but contributing somewhere, becoming Sky Sports presenters, being special athletes, going into sport in some sort of avenue. Here is a bunch of flowers as our token of thank you. Come forward. You can go on the stage too, and we can all clap you. Come on, Shantae. Josh, go and get your flowers. Big round of applause. The last two, and Tiana, you can present these for me. The last two bunch of flowers is for our two hosts. It was my idea to decide to give our two special sports counsellors who have built on the years before of what our sports counsellors, when they first started, what they had built on, what they started, and then Amelia built on it with her co-counsellor, and then these two have done an amazing job building on what has been started previously. Instagram, lots of comms, supporters on the sideline, and then tonight I thought, wow, you guys are pretty special, you can run the evening. And I think they've done a pretty good job, apart from our slideshow. They've done a pretty good job, so please give Georgia and Henry a round of applause. Well, and I'll let them finish off the evening.
We would like to say a huge thank you to Jacob Saunders, Tanya Parsons, Adelita Satutu, and Mark Thomas. Without you all, this event would not have been possible, nor would our sporting season have been so successful.
You have guided and supported Georgia and I throughout the entire year, and we are so thankful for the opportunity you have given us to be successful leaders. We would also like to wish our 2023 Sports Council leaders all the best for their journey next year. To Isabella Mika and Cruz Overend, we have total faith and confidence that you will do a wonderful job and make the school proud.
Thank you all for attending tonight, and congratulations to all our award winners and nominees. We wish all our seniors good luck for their exams and hope that everyone has a safe and enjoyable summer break. Thank you.